I look sweaty.
Go ahead and do your thing.
All right.
I'm gonna take my helmet off.
Oh, lucky you. I want to take mine off. I'm so hot.
All right, so it's in first. I left it in first.
Okay.
So that's why it's not rolling. So you gotta turn the bike on.
Oh my God, I'm sweating.
All right, so just take it nice and easy. I swear, it's 9:40, and you're acting like it's 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning? You mean 4 in the afternoon?
You're like, no, it's like you're not even awake.
I am not used to doing this so early in the morning.
So you gotta remember to look where you're going. So you're in first gear. So get used to the clutch, the new clutch that you got,
Ooh.
or the new shift lever. Just go ahead and go. Look where you're going.
Straight.
So just practice around the corner.
Totally
Look where you're going,
different.
okay?
She's easier to grab. Oh, that wind feels good. I'm so hot. It's like my upper lip is sweating and my lower. I'm gonna do one more.
Just gonna do one more. Turn your head. There you go. There you go. So the main reason why I have the GoPro and all that stuff on her and there's no cameras on me is so I can take a look at the footage afterwards. That way I can see if she's turning her head where she needs to look. That way I have her helmet view, and then I have a face cam to where I can see on the turns if she's leaning or turning.
Tight circles?
There you go. I think she's in first gear right now. She should be in second gear. Usually when you only go into first gear when you go from a stop, from a 0 to go. And then once you get going and you get the RPMs up and you can feel the bike wanting to get in the second, that's when you stay in second. And then when your bike's going, even from a slowing down to kind of go into a stop, you stay into second. And the only time, like I said, you only get into first is if you're going from a stop to go. So you can go from second to neutral at a stop or something if you have to, and then pop it into first. But from a stop, that's the only time you should be in first gear, unless you're practicing. I mean, you can practice in first gear and you can go like 5 miles an hour, and that's not a big deal. But at this point, when she's making these turns, she does need to have some form of speed. And for some reason with the Rebel, I've even noticed, is that if you stay in first gear and you make these slow turns, the throttle is super touchy, super touchy. So I popped into second gear and I was just playing with the clutch a little bit and a little bit of throttle at the same time. And it made it to where it wasn't like super touchy and it wasn't like a jerky motion. It was more like a smooth. But that's basically playing with the clutch and playing with the throttle and kind of finding your friction zone. So that is a big thing. So right now all we're doing is just working on some left-handed turns, right-handed turns. She's doing good. She's in second gear, I can tell. She's getting some speed. I want to get her confidence up. I'll let her ride, and she can ride as long as she wants. Just keep riding. We got a new helmet for her, so I'm super excited for that. We got a Shoei RF1200 for her. So that's coming in. It's white. It's gonna look nice. It's gonna look nice. Let's see what she wants to do. I think she's done. Nope. I'm just gonna do some left-handed short turns. Look where you go. Look where you go. It's a little choppy.
Wah!
Something happens, you pull in the clutch. She's just pulling the clutch a lot right there. I feel like she can turn more with the handlebars, She can turn a little more. This is where I should have my Bluetooth system hooked up to where I can talk to her. She's doing good. Positive reinforcement is huge. You guys are saying a lot of that in the comments. For a new rider, positive reinforcement. I mentioned that in my Monday video that having rider confidence is huge in you overthinking or not. So getting super excited for her is good. Just have fun.
Okay.
Play with the new controls. She did drop her bike. She bent her clutch lever. It's a nice little bend in it, and but we already had adjustable clutch lever and brake lever on its way. I actually had it at home when I found out she did that, and not a big deal. It kind of upset me a little bit. But got over that, and we replaced the clutch lever and we replaced the brake lever. We did that, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. From today, doing the training, and it's working great. I took it out for a nice test ride. I had a lot of fun on the bike. So now she's getting used to the new adjustable levers. Now the friction zone went from like way up front where she had to like reach for it to where it's closer to the grip. So it's a lot easier for her to shift, but now she has to get used to that. So that's what we're doing today. I'm just gonna let her have fun, ride around. She's getting like the 20-mile-an-hour AC going. It's a little warm right now. I'm staying in the shade. Just do whatever you want to do. Have fun. There you go. She's getting a little confident. See, there's the thing is like, she's getting a little more confident right now. She's doing super slow speed. I see her messing with the clutch and a little bit of the throttle. So she's experimenting. You won't experiment unless you actually have some fun. Look at that turn. That was way better. That was clutch control. I see her with the clutch. Oh no, she doesn't have any clutch right now. Oh, I think she's done. There you go. All right.
Wait.
So before you step off, go ahead and put that down. I just want to check the camera. That's all. Okay. So keep it upright. I was like looking down the whole time. That's fine. How do you feel?
Good. I like better turning in the little tighter circles.
Here, lift the thing up. Get some air.
I want to be able to turn better in those. That's why I kept doing those ones. The tighter circles.
Are you doing the tight circles in first or second gear?
First.
You want to try it in second gear?
I want to try going into second gear straight.
Were you in second gear at all?
No, I wasn't.
Going to second gear. I thought you were in second gear.
Last time I did that, you told me not to.
Well, I told you not to do it in these tight circles because there's a good chance of you stalling out. Because I see that you're not using any clutch on the turns. You can do that in first gear because the first gear the RPMs are so low and it's first gear.
Mm-hmm.
But in second gear, when you do these tight turns, you do have to mess with the clutch a little bit, kind of get it in that friction zone so you don't stall, but at the same time so you don't have too much power. You know what I mean?
In second gear?
In second gear on these tight little turns. So if you want, go ahead and go. I want you to do as many times as you want one way, go around the other way, go from first to second, or just stay in second and then pop into third on the straightaways, and then pop it back into second before the turn.
Shit. Okay.
You want to try that? Or do you want to let's just do second gear all the way around one way, all the way around another way, as many times as you want. That's all we're here for. Just get familiar with the levers. How do you like the levers?
I like them. Everything feels more comfortable. I don't feel like I'm going out that much. But I think the handlebars, if we were able to get different ones and they'd be closer to me, that'd be better.
Okay. Have you tried sticking your
junk there?
all the way up onto the tank?
No.
Try that. See how that feels.
Okay.
So like literally I'm sitting like this when I was playing around. I was way up here. I was like this instead of back here.
Okay.
So I was like, see how now I have a bend in my arms?
So
I was literally just like having fun just doing this on the bike. And it's easier because it's the center of gravity, but it's all up to you. Go ahead and start doing it again.
Okay.
It's only been 13 minutes.
It's only been 13 minutes?
Yeah. We'll do a few more, we'll go back, and then I'll change out yeah, just go around. We'll just have fun. We'll head back, and I'll put the oil on my filter, and then we'll come back and do some more, and then we can do some more stuff.
Okay.
Turn the bike on.
Whew, I'm hot.
You have to actually turn the bike on.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
Get a feel for it. There you go. Hop in the second. You got to go in the second. That's the whole point of this one. There you go. There we go. A little bit jerky, but you know what? We're working on the shifting. Later today, we're doing this in 3 parts basically. Right now it's just to get her confidence up and to keep it moving, you know, getting used to the clutch. We're gonna head back inside, and then I'm gonna go ahead and work on my air filter. I cleaned it out, the K&N, what was it, like the clean stuff, and then I'm gonna put more oil on it, that red oil, and then let that dry, and then we'll be back out here. And then after that's all done, I'll put everything together, and we'll go for a quick ride up and down the street. See, much smoother in second gear. Much smoother in second gear. And that's the thing, is you want to ride when you're in second gear. I bet she's having so much more fun. Remember, she's a brand new rider. Just last week, we took the MSF course. Or 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry. 2 weeks ago, we took the MSF course. And this is her first... Wait, no, I take that back. Last week, we took the MSF course. This is 1 week of kind of doing some parking lot drills, parking lot drives. She's having fun now. She's having fun. Just let her ride around. That's the thing, you gotta get used to the bike. You gotta get used to your bike. Just do this as much as you possibly can. Just stuff like this. There's no reason to add traffic to the variable. There's no reason to add having to shift up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, all that stuff while in traffic, while there's kids walking around, while there's, you know, debris in the road. Find a parking lot, hopefully close, and practice. And what I did, I didn't have a parking lot like this when I first started riding. Good job. I didn't start riding. I had just the neighborhood with a bunch of cul-de-sacs, and this is what I would do. I'd ride up down a street, and what she's doing right now, where she's doing like this big turn, I would do that in the cul-de-sac, which is basically the dead-end street with the big old, you know, ball at the end, basically. And I would just do a left-hand turn, go all the way down the street, do a right-hand turn to the next one, and I'll just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I did that, and I didn't add any traffic until about 50 miles later. I did 50 miles of this, and then I did traffic. Then I added some traffic in. And even then it was scary. So like, the more training you do inside here, the better. There you go, she's looking where she's going. Good job, good job. Look where you're going. See, in my last video, I got all on her because I felt like she was going too fast. But then before she hopped on the bike, before the cameras were rolling, I was going pretty fast in the parking lot. But then again, that's me. I kind of know how to control the clutch and stuff. It just scares me. I have this weird feeling that she doesn't know how to control the clutch and the brake very well. It's those stops that get people. They're going straight like this doesn't get people. There you go. Look. There you go. Don't look at me. Look at there you go. Look where you're going. So I think she's gonna do a U-turn right here, or pretty soon, and hopefully go around the other way. There we go. No. Okay. I think she popped in the third right there. Cool. So I also want her to do some right-handed turns. Right-handed turns are more sharp. If you ever notice when you're on the road, doing a right-handed turn is quite literally like a 90-degree turn. Left-handed turns, obviously it's 90 degree, but you have a really wide arc, especially in the intersection. And you get like a full lane to turn into. With right-handed turns, you're literally going from like a stop to a right, like at a stoplight or a stop sign. Oh, she's playing with the clutch now. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. I'll let her do that. I won't tell her to turn around and go the other way. She has the feeling of, I can do these left-handed turns. I'm comfortable with these left-handed turns. This is easy. Let's go ahead and add something else. So right now I think she's adding, staying in second, going to third. I think that's what she's doing. And so I'm just gonna let her do that. I'm not gonna worry about doing right-handed turns. We can do that after she feels comfortable with this. Good job. See, I would love to go ride with her around here, but my bike is not, you know, I gotta fix my bike. But it would be nice to have her like follow me or I follow her. That way I can see what she's doing on the other side. The way I look at it, the more minutes, the more hours, the more miles, the more meters, whatever it is you guys go by, on the bike, the more practice, the better she's gonna get, the more confident she's gonna get. So that is huge. That is huge when it comes to learning. That's something I need to work on, is positive reinforcement. There we go. Look where you want to go, look where you want to go. Perfect, perfect. I love it. She's never ridden a motorcycle before, and look at her go. Look at her go. Definitely need to work on the face camera, or the camera on her helmet. It looks like it's tilted up. Look at her go. She got some speed on that turn. Good. When you get some speed on the turns, you actually get to turn. When you try to take them slow because you feel like you don't have enough room, that's when you start messing up. That was a freaking amazing turn. That was badass. See, I wish I had like a camera on a tripod over there. So now she's coming in the other way. She can do this for however long she wants. That is a sexy bike. I had a lot of fun on that bike this morning, just riding it up and down the street. It's a fun bike. I could see why it's one of the more popular beginner bikes. Honestly, I highly recommend it as a beginner bike. I've been talking about it for the longest time as a beginner bike, but man, it's great. It's low to the ground. It looks good. It looks modern. It has modern equipment on it. You can tell they cheaped out a little bit on the Speedo. The Speedo's like plastic and stuff like that. But I mean, that's perfectly fine. It's whatever. She took a look at the Scout Bobber yesterday, the 2019 Scout Bobber. It's in white, like white and black. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's so much sexier than Luna. But you know what? The Bobber is a sexy bike. That Bobber, like, you start appreciating what what bikes look like and how they perform and what they do once you actually start riding. Before you start riding, you're like, oh, they all look the same. It's like, no, the Bobber is really powerful. It's a great bike. But this is also a very fun bike. Once she gets better, I'll let her ride my Sportster. There you go. Look where you want to go. Look where you want to go. Smooth. Yes. Look at that. There's some lean in there because you got some speed. Yes. I think she's done for now. Nope. She's just going to go nice and wide. Oh. See, from my angle, it looks like she's getting close to the wall, but she's not. I need to get over that. I'm just freaking out. She says she wants to get better at doing these slow speed maneuvers, these slow speed turns. So I'm just gonna let her do it. She's in second gear, I can tell, because it's not choppy. She's getting the feel for second gear. You really have to look and you really have to lean. Give it a little bit of throttle. There you go. See right there, it looks like she's going towards the wall, but she's got a full parking space. Like she's barely tapping the lines. So I mean, I know she's not close to the wall. Like she barely tapped the line. Look at that, is freaking good. Holy crap. She's not even, that's within like in an actual parking spot. If there's cars here, she would not hit the cars if she really, I mean, she's doing a little extra, but
second gear.
Very good. Keep doing it.
You can lean. I'm like almost leaning. Well, it feels like it's close to the ground.
And she's actually in second gear, giving some speed and leaning and looking. That is huge. Lean and look. Your bike's not gonna fall over if you give it some speed. You are not gonna low slide. You are not gonna low slide at this if you do the proper speed to the lean angle. And she's doing the proper speed lean angle, and that's all trusting in your bike. That's just trusting your bike, trusting the tires. Hell yeah. Look at that. She's not even close to the lines. Not even, I don't know if you guys can see it because the camera's probably all screwed up. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll film it on my phone. It's not gonna be synced or anything. It's just so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about. Watch, she's like not even hitting the lines. She's not even gonna hit the line. Look at that. So if this was a real parking lot with, I mean, it's a real parking lot. If it was a real,
Woo!
if there was actually cars there, she would not even be touching them. Well, maybe. But let's pretend. There you go. So she's right up on there. She put her basically her crotch up on the tank. I told her to try that out, and it's working for her.
Woo! Let it go.
Yeah, pop it in neutral when you get to a stop. You want to take a break?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll head back. I'm gonna go ahead and spray the oil on my filter, and then I have to let it sit for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll just take a nice little water break. And all that stuff. That was fun, huh?
That was fun.
I saw you getting a little like, I got some speed.
That was a lot of fun.
Did you go into third?
Mm-hmm.
How'd that feel? I want to get myself on camera.
Shut up.
How'd that feel?
It felt good. Going into third, as soon as I popped it into third,
Keep going.
I could tell I was because it went.
Yeah, it's because you need more RPMs and more speed.
So I had to speed up. And then by the time I sped up enough to get away from that chugging, it was time for me to slow down and turn. So I had to pull in the brake and I pulled in the clutch at the same time because I was going too fast and I, pushed down. So the first time I did that, I turned and I wasn't sure what gear am I in. So I had to try it again. And I tested it right here, go all the way down to first. And then I was like, okay, I was in second. I did it right. So then I popped it back up to first, and then I went around into second right here. And then the second time I popped into third, and I popped it back down to second on the turn. It felt better.
Did you talk at all?
Not really, other than when I was doing the turns, like, oh, that feels much better. I was concentrating. I couldn't talk.
That's fine. That's fine.
But yeah.
I think the thing that helps me out is I'll talk like what I'm thinking. Like, oh crap, okay, so, I was chugging a little bit, I should switch it back down to second, I'm pulling the clutch in. I mean, just speak out loud. That might help.
Okay.
Because like a lot of this is for you, because this right here is going to show, if you're looking, you'll actually see the turn in the bike lean in your head. Okay. And we'll look over that footage, and same thing with that. I think that camera was up a little too much, so you're seeing a lot of sky. Okay. But this one right here will show, like, I have some pictures of screenshots where I'm like leaning and I'm like this, and that was when I first started riding. And I didn't even know I was doing the right thing. So I want to see it if it does that for you. Plus you look all cool and stuff like.
What's up?
So.
I don't have makeup on right now, so I don't think.
Well, you got the thing on, so that's fine.
No.
Once.
I look sweaty. All right, and oily.
we can head back and then.
Come back and try it again.
Come back and try it again.
Okay.
You did really good. Those short turns, I was talking while you're doing it.
I could hear you.
You weren't even touching the lines.
No.
You were like this far from the line. You were like out here for every turn. And I'm like, if there were cars here, she's literally doing U-turns between cars.
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
So
it's scarier though when the cars are there.
It is, because now you have the object fixation where you're like, there's the car, but what are you supposed to look at?
Where I'm turning
Where
out.
you're turning. So don't worry about that crap. Yeah. It's hard, but especially if it starts moving, you're like, oh crap, and then you'll start heading towards that. So you need to recognize, like, oh crap, and then you need to execute your evasive maneuver, not search, boom, hit. You search and execute.
When I almost like tipped over right there, did I hit too much throttle or was I leaning too much?
You didn't have enough throttle, and you moved the handlebars too far.
Okay.
With that, you need to work with the clutch and work with the throttle and stuff. But it's fine. If you're gonna try to make a sharper turn without having to move that a lot, you do need to counter steer more.
Okay.
Remember the whole that. So the counter steer it and lean a little bit more. But if you want to make it so you're locking the handlebars, you can sit more upright. But then you need to mess with the clutch and the throttle.
I want to practice counter steering more.
Yeah, that's what you were doing here.
Okay.
It's exactly.
I didn't even notice though.
I know.
When I did that one, when I went woof, I had to I pushed myself
You corrected
back
it
up.
though. What's one way to correct yourself if you start feel like you're gonna fall down?
I pushed my other side. That's what I did.
That's good. You counterweighted it with your left foot, or you can give it just a little bit more throttle because it sits you up. You definitely don't want to pull in the front brake. When that happens, you don't want to freak out and put the front brake because then you'll just fall down. So you did good. You ready to head back in and get something to drink? That was 35 minutes.
That was?
Yeah. How do you feel when you sat all the way up?
That felt comfortable.
Yeah.
It felt much better.
Yeah.
I like sitting all the way up.
Yeah.
I forgot I was supposed to do that, and so finally when I went right here, I was like, oh yeah, scoot up. So I scooted up, and it felt nice.
Yeah, it feels good. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and turn this stuff off. You did good, babe.
Thank you.
Did really good.
It felt good just going and going and going and going, feeling comfortable.
I know, that's why I didn't stop you.